Aloha, good morning. It's Aloha Friday. Beginning of, what's this? Labor Day weekend? I think so. It's the first Labor Day? Labor Day is the anniversary of when I got laid off from my garbage truck job, and 2 weeks later started working in the freight industry back in 2002. But we came to work today at 4 o'clock. We punched in, hooked up to a load of Del Monte tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce and whatever. Going down to the big grocery store distribution warehouse, 5:30 delivery. We got halfway there by Waikele and we had a blowout on my tandems on the driver's side, the second axle inside. Shredded the tire, and when it came apart, it I don't know if you can see anything. But this tire came apart. It doesn't look like that. You can see where it's rubbed. It's a little cockeyed. "4:30 in the morning in the dark, side of the road." It also cut a big piece of the tire was flapping around, and it cut this line, so this is new now too. Called the mechanics and they got a hold of the tire person. Took them about an hour and a half to show up, another 15 minutes to get everything fixed, and finally made the delivery at 6 o'clock. Or 7 o'clock, I guess it was. Dropped that off, and then ran next door to a commodity distributor and picked up an empty. Brought that back to a shipping terminal here. I've had to make my way through rush hour traffic, which is always fun. And then we hooked up to a full 40-foot container full of commodities also. Going out, it was a different commodity distributor though. And that container wasn't sitting right on the chassis. I couldn't lock the front pin, so we took it over, and it took them a good 10 minutes, it seemed like, to get the trailer pushed down onto the container pushed down onto the trailer so they could lock the pins. And then it also had a tag from the mechanics that there were some bald tires on the trailer that they wanted to fix. So that's what we're doing now. We're over here at the mechanic shop, and they're going to change out those bald tires. It's 8:24. Working on the third container movement of the day. We were supposed to be there at 8 o'clock, so it's been one of those days. But we've called and they said it's okay, so that's what we're up to. Friday. It's been a rough one so far. A lot of waiting around. It is hot today. It is very humid, and it feels like it's already 80 degrees, and it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. That was very fast. So we'll get hooked up to this, take it out to the Campbell industrial area and try to get rid of it. Hopefully they're not flipping it. flip it. Okay. It's gonna be one of those days, I think. Oh, yeah, early. Okay. All right. She was out, we were trying to get that container onto that chassis, and she says, maybe we should flip it because we haven't even fixed the flat tires yet. It's not flat tires, they're ball tires. Oh, so now we're going to run and find a chassis, then meet them over by the loader and flip it onto a better chassis. Busy little morning here. That looks like a good chassis right there. This one in here too. Yeah, this one was a safety check this month, so I'm gonna say the other one, the first one I was looking at was safety check back in January, but this one was safety checked in August. So better chances of everything being in good shape. So yeah, we'll get that pre-trip and then head over there and get that container put on it, and then we'll make our way out to the Campbell Industrial area for this third movement of the day. Bit of a challenge. 10:48. Finally got that container squared away. Took it out to the Campbell Industrial area, dropped it off at the distributor. This is the one that had the cat that just had kittens. She had 4 kittens. 3 of them had been adopted. There's 1 left. Orange tabby. But we bobtailed back to our terminal, and dispatch gave us a couple of runs. The shipping terminal is going to be closing for lunch here in a few minutes, 11:15. So we won't be able to take anything to the shipping terminal. We're hooked up to a full 40-foot container full of windows, and we're taking it to the windward side of the island. We're making our way up and over the mountain here. A little bit of rain on top. The humidity today is like in the 90% range. It's very humid. It's only like 81, 82 degrees, but because of the humidity, it feels like 90. To the windward side in a couple of weeks at least. Get from it is high humidity. Maybe a occasional passing shower. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same on this side of the island, just a little bit greener. Making our way to our window distributor. I think this is our 5th movement of the day. So we dropped off the windows to the window distributor, and now we're lonktailing back over the hill again. Headed back to the leeward side. We're gonna head out to Lagoon Drive to the customs inspection station there. Pick up a container that's going out to Iroquois Point, which is the old, I think it was a Marine Corps base where they trained the sharpshooters back in the day. But now it's a residential neighborhood, and there's a few veteran facilities out there. I think we're taking a load out to right next door to the rifle range. So that should be a fun run. Just gotta get back to the other side of the island. So we made our pickup from the customs inspection station. Again, this is down here on Lagoon Drive. Real nice area to fish and go for a walk. I used to do a lot of afternoon hiking out on the Reef Runway and fish when I was a tour bus driver. Right here on Lagoon Drive. Back in those days, there used to be lunch wagons out here. I don't even think they have any now. It's funny how things change. So we're headed to Iroquois Point. I think I've done this run once before. I think it's not construction material, it's exercise equipment. They have like this I don't know, it's some kind of boot camp. I remember the last time I did this run, they opened up the containers with just a bunch of old tires. I go, you know, we have a lot of old tires here in Hawaii. We're gonna just use them. I guess they flip them or something. So they've been wrapped with, so you don't get all dirty. But yeah, from here to there, it's a good 45-minute drive. It's about 30 miles. It's all the way out to Iroquois Point. I think this is our 6th or 7th. I'm going to say it's the 6th movement of the day. It feels like 6. It's 12 o'clock, 12:01. Right around the corner here is the only place on the island I've ever got a speeding ticket. I think I was doing 40 miles an hour on a 25 mile zone, something like that. He was sitting right behind the sign here for the maintenance yard. sign going this direction. But I got lucky. The officer never showed up, so. Airport. This is their exit. Westbound. Yeah, this is the spot, all right. Look at all the tires. It's a veteran center, so they have all kinds of events here, but there's like a type of boot camp or whatever you call it, athletic club that has all these obstacle courses. So I'm sure it's more gym equipment. It's kind of a tight area to get into. But I've been here before, and I know the ground is really stable. They used to have all kinds of festivals and stuff out here back when it was military run. I mean, it still is military, it's just got residential. Let's try. No. Let's try this one. No. We're gonna have to get a running start. Guess there's like an Amazon distribution hub out here or something. Well, there's the old barracks right across the street there. Used to pick up their garbage when I was a garbage man. Doesn't even look like the security gate's open anymore. Things change. Anyway, we're headed out to the grocery store distribution warehouse to pick up that first container of the day that had the flat tire. Well, I had the flat tire. The tractor had the flat tire. Well, that'll be our next movement. Making our way out of Iroquois Point. Picked up it was supposed to be an empty container from the grocery store distribution, but there was a pallet of peaches that wasn't on the purchase order, so we need to take that back to our warehouse and get it back in what do you call it? We call it OS&D, but looks like that high humidity that we were complaining about finally gave out rain. There's no wind, it's just coming down in buckets. There's so much humidity in the air. I guess as the temperature probably cooled off a couple degrees, squeezing all this moisture out of the air. It seems to be covering the whole island. But if you look around and see how brown everything is, we can really use this rain. It is dry, dry, dry out on this side of the island. We are making our way back to our terminal. traveled about 2 miles and the weather's changed. Instead of the light gray skies, high humid weather, 86 degrees, it's now about 82 degrees. Blue skies with puffy white clouds. Humidity's probably come down to 80% instead of 90%. But this is where we made up with the H2. They're going to come in from the left. Right where the H1 and H2 come together is where I had my flat tire this morning. When we looked at the inside of the tire, it's a fairly new retread. Maybe a month or two old, a couple months old probably. We looked on the inside of the tire though, and it had a patch right where the tire blew out. So I'm guessing that patch kind of weakened the tire. Yeah, right along here somewhere, going the other direction. H2 on the left, H1 here on the right. Now it all becomes H1 from here on. Making our way back to our terminal. Oh, that's it. Shut them down. Turn that off. Turn that off. Make sure the lights are on. Okay, we're good. Kind of an interesting day. A couple of flat tires. We came in at 4 o'clock. We'll be out of here by 3:30. We drove 198 miles, a lot of mileage. That Iroquois Point, you know, that's way out there. And then we went over to the other side of the island. We went out to Campbell Industrial 3 times, so almost 200 miles. Almost 298. So dispatch wants to talk to me. I think they're changing up because of the holiday weekend. You know, there's a lot of drivers that have plans. And so dispatch goes, can you do this? And no, I can't do that, but I can do this. Okay, so they switch it around. So I think mine might be switched again. I think I might be doing the big box transfer Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then no more working at night. I think before I was doing both. So that's what I think is going to happen. I don't know. We'll find out when we go inside. We'll get it figured out. It's no biggie to me. But yeah, we're gonna head on home. We had a egg burrito and cereal last night. But we got this stuff from Costco. It's eggplant parmesan. So I made the rice and the salad last night. Just never really ate it. And so we're gonna add that eggplant parmesan tonight. That's what's for dinner. That stuff's good. I like it. Goes good with rice and a salad. But that is it. I didn't film yesterday. I was going to go home and make a new intro. Too lazy. Never got around to that. Didn't even want to cook. So that's why we had cereal and egg burritos. But that's it for today. Probably be back here on the weekend. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching today. Aloha.